Hello and welcome to Norwood News. Today is Friday, September 15th, and I'm your host, Kristen McDonald. It is great to have you with us as we end another week here in Norwood. This week on Norwood News, the town of Norwood receives a major grant. Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Thompson, shares some big news. But first, Norwood Day was held this past Saturday right on Washington Street. NCM staff producer Kiki Thaxter caught up with some familiar faces to learn how this year's Norwood Day went.
Welcome to Norwood Day, everybody. It's a really busy day, a lot of people, a lot of smiles. I see a lot of kids enjoying their fried dough, their slushies. Assistant Director Sam White is going to talk to us a little bit more about Norwood Day.
My thoughts on Norwood Day 2023 was nothing but amazing. I mean, we had a great turnout. The weather held up perfectly. We had so many vendors, a lot of new things to do this year, and it was nothing but spectacular. Plenty of people. I think we averaged from 8,000 to 10,000 people this year. I mean, you look down Washington Street, you look in the Common, and it's nothing but crowds of people the whole time, shoulder to shoulder. I tried walking up back and forth, and you got to take your time. You got to take it all in. So it's been great.
Leading the parade this year was Joe Greeley, who was awarded the Ann Lydon Volunteer of the Year award. Joe accepted the award and explained how important it is to get involved in your local community.
I learned early on that you have to do more than participate. You can't just attend. Somebody has to put their hand up and say, I can help, and here's how. And my challenge to all of you is, when we leave here, just to try to find a baby step towards volunteerism, help your neighbor, sign up, work a committee, whatever you can do. Our community is a great place, and all we do is we try to make tomorrow better than it is today.
Ann Lydon was a part of Norwood Day from the very beginning, and it was one of her favorite days of the year. Her son, Paul Lydon, is so happy to see his mother's legacy live on with the Volunteer of the Year award.
Yeah, we think of my mother a lot. But it's a wonderful community reminder to see everyone come out and appreciate, what she did for Norwood. And, she was the original button lady at these Norwood Days, remember. But she really loved this town of Norwood, and it was real simple. If you love your community and you appreciate the community, the easiest thing you can do is volunteer and give back and help that community. She did that in spades. And this award is ensuring that continues to happen. And congratulations to Joe Greeley, this year's Ann Lydon Award winner.
Even State Congressman Stephen Lynch joined in on the Norwood Day action and met up with NCM's own Jerry Slater.
Wonderful to be here. I'm amazed at the size of the crowd here on Washington Street, all the way down. It's just absolutely packed. And there seems to be more vendors here than I've ever seen. So, just encouraging everybody to come out.
Very worth it. It's an annual thing here in Norwood, and we love it. We're going to keep it rolling, and next year it'll be even bigger and better.
As you can see, it's been a really fun day here at Norwood Day. A lot of people, a lot of smiles, and a lot of happiness. Reporting for Norwood News, I'm Kiki Thaxter.
I heard there were almost 10,000 people at Norwood Day this year. It's great to see people come out to celebrate this great town. The town of Norwood was recently awarded a sizable grant through the Municipal Vulnerability Preparedness Grant. General Manager Tony Mizuko has the details.
Commonwealth's Municipal Vulnerability Preparedness Grant is a grant program issued to communities to help them deal with challenges from climate change and to become more climate resilient in their planning and in their infrastructure. Recently, the town of Norwood was awarded a $432,000 grant to go towards the design of the Meadowbrook Drainage Basin. So the town has a backlog in excess of $30 million for stormwater infrastructure, and we're beginning to attack it aggressively. We've used a lot of our ARPA funding towards it, and this will help offset that ARPA funding and allow us to continue to do more stormwater projects and ultimately reduce the cost directly to the taxpayer for these projects. We've been successful at receiving MVP grants before. We're likely on our third or fourth round of actually receiving grants. Planning department has done a great job throughout the years of receiving these grants and getting these dollars and bringing them home to Norwood.
Coming up on Norwood News, Chief Brooks has an announcement for the kids in Norwood. Ron Marshalsea has the latest in sports and a new Living Local featuring old junk.
Did you know Norwood Community Media has a weekly newsletter? If you are interested in signing up, all you have to do is go to our website, norwoodcommunitymedia.org. Once you're there, scroll to the bottom of the page and click on the Sign Up for Our Newsletter button. All you have to do after that is fill out your first and last name, your email, as well as your zip code. Once you press send at the end of each week, you will have our newsletter in your inbox, ready for you to catch up on all things Norwood.
Chief Brooks is excited to announce Norwood Police's new free bike helmet initiative. Let's head to the police station to learn more.
Hi, I'm Chief Bill Brooks of the Norwood Police Department, and I wanted to talk today briefly about a service that we provide at the police department that I think a lot of people are unaware of. We have free bicycle helmets for kids who need them. All you have to do is come to the Norwood Police Department, ask for a bike helmet, and one of the officers or the police service aides behind the desk will get it for you. They come in 3 different colors, but the colors are indicative of size. So the blue ones are the smaller ones, and the one that I'm holding here that's white and silver are the larger size. That being the case, though, they're still fully adjustable, and all you have to do is come in and ask for one. They have the logo of a Boston law firm on one side, the logo of the Norwood Police Department on the other side. These helmets are made available to us by attorney David White from Westwood. He's with the law firm of Breakstone, White and Gluck in Boston. He's a personal injury attorney. He's got a real interest in making sure that kids are safe and ride their bikes uninjured. So he has created a project, Kids Safe. He provides these helmets to us free of charge, as well as many other law enforcement agencies in the area. Again, all you have to do is ask, stop by the police department. We'll get you the right size, and you'll be on your way. I just hate to see kids out there on bicycles without helmets. I'm sure that they know how to ride the bike and they know how to do it safely, but you never know that they're going to get cut off or something's going to happen, and a head strike on pavement is just a real serious injury. That's what we're trying to avoid. So we appreciate the partnership with David White. Come down and get a free helmet.
Program Director for the Senior Center, Nancy Kelleher, tells NCM all about upcoming events for seniors this September, which focuses on navigating the next chapter of their lives.
Hello, I'm Nancy Kelleher, Program Director here at the Norwood Senior Center. I just want to let you know that we are having a special event here, and the title is called Navigating the Next Chapter. It will be helping seniors and their families, of course, navigate through important information. The date of our event is Saturday morning, September 23rd from 9 to noon. And that will include, we'll have special guest speakers. We will have from the Dedham Savings Bank a speaker, and from Galuli's Funeral Home, someone will be speaking. Also too, we will have special speakers, and we'll have Fisher Law Group and Life Links. They will discuss special information and be here to help you navigate into the next chapter. Also too, we'll have special vendors, about 26 vendors, which will be terrific. You can come ask questions, any information to help you navigate into the next chapter. I want to say a special thank you to Kathleen Rooney, our outreach coordinator. She had helped me design this program for you guys. No one wants to miss out on this. It's going to be terrific. So we will see you on September 23rd, Saturday, 9 to noon. Toodaloo. Thank you.
And now let's toss it over to Jordan Robinson for our first school news report of the year.
Hi everyone, welcome back to Norwood School News. I'm Jordan Robinson and I'm a senior at Norwood High School, and I'm excited to report on all the great things happening in our Norwood School News. In Norwood High School News, the NHS drama students rehearsed all summer for the Tony Award-winning musical Matilda. Last weekend, they had 3 performances in front of packed audiences in the Norwood High School auditorium. Here's NHS drama teacher and director of Matilda, John Quinn.
One of the primary reasons we do the summer musical, we put it together over the summer, and we put it on the fall, is so that we can put the right amount of time and focus that we need to do a major Broadway musical. And these kids did an incredible job. We also have a lot of middle schoolers on the job, and they were fantastic. One of the primary things I liked about this particular year is just how wonderful the kids were to each other. I mean, they're always great, but this particular group became very close. That's another reason we like to do this over the summer. Young people coming in from the middle school get to meet some high school kids, and they've made fast friends across generations. In terms of the production itself, it's a long production. It's 2.5 hours long, but I gotta tell you, people that were sitting in the audience by the end wanted more. They did not mind at all and had no idea how long it was. The kids were just fantastic. Our leads were some of the strongest we've ever had, and I'm actually going to be recommending some of these leads go off and try out for the big league because they're quite good. So that's the recap on Matilda. Fantastic show this year, and we look forward to seeing you at the next Norwood High drama production.
The Coakley Middle School is looking for some new members for the Coakley School Council. The School Council is a decision-making body comprised of parents, teachers, students, and the principal. They review each year's budget, create and update the school improvement plan, and revise the student handbook. If you're interested, please email Dr. Margot Frazick. At the Bulch School, here are the 3rd grade math centers. Principal Diane Ferrara said it was so awesome to see the teachers and students already establishing school routines right away. The students in Miss Davis's 2nd grade class are studying properties of different materials. Here, the students pretended they were stuck on a deserted island with nothing to protect them from the sun. Using the engineering process, they were able to design a hat to protect their faces from the sun. They learned that different materials keep us cool, warm, dry, depending on their properties. They are very proud of their accomplishment and are excited for the next exploration. At the Callahan School, Clay Subaru once again adopted the Callahan School with their Adopt a Classroom program. They brought the staff pizzas and supplies. In addition, they will be donating $500 again to each grade level. Thank you so much for your support. Now, let's take a look at some of the Callahan students in their classrooms. The Cleveland School held popsicles with the principal event, and students got a chance to cool off and say hi to Principal Carrie Hutchins. One of the traditions in all the schools are the new bulletin boards that are decorated in all the hallways. Let's take a look at some of the bulletin boards in the Cleveland School. At the Prescott School, classrooms were ready for the first day, and here's a look at the outdoor classroom dedicated to former principal Brianne Killian. Prescott students were welcomed back, and the learning started on day 1. This summer at the Willett Early Childhood Center, the PTO sponsored a Pops in the Park meet and greet for the new kindergartners and families. Popsicles were available, and everyone was excited for the amazing year of learning at the Willett. Here are pictures from their first day of school as they learned to sit in their spots and make new friends during lunchtime. Good luck to class of 2036. The students and staff at the Little Mustangs preschool welcomed a new Mustang to their school. Mrs. Kristen Noonan was appointed as principal and joined the preschool this summer, and the staff welcomed her with her very first Norwood shirt and a special gift basket of all things Norwood. She brings 12 years experience as an adjustment counselor and interim preschool director for the Brockton Public Schools. Welcome to Norwood, Kristen. Well, that's it for school news. The students are always learning, and thanks to all the educators who share their school news with us. Now let's send it over to Ron Marshallsea with the latest in sports news.
I'm Ron Marshallsea, and this is your Sports Update. The football team kicked off their season with a big home opener win over Stoughton, 14-7. The Mustangs scored first with a rushing touchdown from Max O'Brien at the end of the first quarter, followed by another rushing touchdown with 11 seconds left in the second quarter by senior captain Matty Mahoney. Mahoney almost had another touchdown from a pick six in the fourth, but it was called back because of 2 penalties on Norwood, but the Mustangs still got the win in the end. The team went up against Canton on Thursday, where the Mustangs got the fumble recovery on the opening kickoff and did not look back, winning 41-7. Senior captain Matty Mahoney went for 5 total touchdowns on the night and would have probably had more if not for some tough penalties. NCM caught up with Mahoney after the lopsided Mustang win.
So we knew they were a good team. We prepared for them all week, so we just knew we had to stick to our game plan. If we did that, the outcome was going to be what it was going to be. At the first game, we played a little rough, so I needed to get one game out of me, get the nerves out of me, and I decided to play my game. I knew it was going to be good. So I expect some big things. We got KP next week, ready for them. I think we're destroying. There's some dogs out there, so just appreciate them. Only went 7 up, so it's huge for us.
The football team is at King Philip next Friday night, the 22nd, at 7. The field hockey team went to Hopkinton last week and got the win 5-2. The Mustangs were up at the NHS field Monday afternoon going against the Ashland Clockers. They dominated on their way to another 7-0 win and another shutout for Ava O'Neill. Also making plays in the win were Morgan Nauman with a hat trick, Shay Larkey with 2 goals and 2 assists, and Bridget Sopel with her first career goal. A big shout out to Joe Spadorsha for this incredible highlight reel of the girls' commanding win. And speaking of more wins, the field hockey team went to Westwood on Wednesday afternoon and won 4-0. Ava O'Neill gets her 3rd shutout of the season, Bridget Connolly and Emily Spadorsha each had a goal, and Shay Larkey scored 2. The Mustangs are now 4-0 on the season, and their next game is Monday the 18th at Medfield at 4 o'clock. The girls' soccer team had a tough matchup down at Father Max Field where they lost to Hopkinton. On Tuesday, the Mustangs went to Ashland and got the shutout victory, 1-0. The team also took on Westwood at home on the 14th, but couldn't get the win. Their next game will be against the Milton Wildcats Friday the 15th at 4 p.m. The boys' soccer team also had a tough loss to Hopkinton as well as losses to Ashland and Westwood on Tuesday and Thursday. Their next game will be Tuesday, September 19th at Medfield at 6 o'clock. The cross-country team's Wednesday meet against Holliston was postponed due to the rain, but they made it up the next day. The Mustangs lost this one but traveled to Hopkinton next week, September 20th at 3:45. The girls' volleyball team was at Hopkinton last Friday but couldn't come away with the win. They took on Walpole Monday afternoon and Ashland Wednesday afternoon and lost hard-fought battles to both teams. Their next game is Friday the 15th at Westwood at 6:30. And the golf team's September 13th game against Millis at home was postponed until the 18th at home at 3:30. And their next game is Sunday, September 17th at Bellingham with the time to be announced. And one new sports show you can look forward to this season is NHS TV Pregame Live. Brian Gagliard and Anthony Canidi host a live pregame show before home Norwood football games. Before the Canton game, they talk to the NHS cheerleaders, the girls volleyball captains, as well as a cross-country runner, and much more. Stay tuned to the NCM Community Channel to re-watch it and make sure to tune in early to Norwood football games to catch NHS TV Pregame Live. And that is all I have for this sports update. I'm Ron Marshalsea, and Norwood News will be right back after this break.
The Middle School Building Committee held their Monday evening meeting at the Savage Center this week. After a short public comment, the committee was shown progress pictures from August, in addition to learning that the foundation placement schedule and back-to-school logistics plan with the temporary parking lot are important milestones that were achieved. Before adjournment, the committee briefly discussed the budget status up to August 2023 and a summary of potential changes. The Board of Health met Tuesday morning at the Senior Center. They appointed Kyle Simpson as the agent of the Board of Health, got updates and reports from the public health nurse and the environmental health inspector, as well as the plan for the Norwood Smiles dental care program for grades 1 through 6. Also on Tuesday at the Board of Selectmen meeting, Fire Chief Tim Bailey made his first appearance before the board. Chief Bailey gave updates on capital projects, department receipts, and activities.
Our call volume, we're running about 18 and a half calls per day. We're currently at 4631. The ambulance receipts, 361,248 for the first 2 months, of which 7,718 we've paid out to Pro EMS as the payment for them doing our billing service. On the fire prevention end of things, we have several major projects in town going on with Moderna, FM Global, Norwood Hospital, the Coakley Middle School, 61 Everett Street, Analog Devices, which is FM Global's new facility that they'll be moving into for the next 3 years while they build their new one. So those are the major projects that we're working on. Those have taken up quite a bit of time. I've gotten out to most of those to put eyes on them myself, so I am familiar with most of those projects.
Chief Brooks also delivered his monthly report to the board. Brooks announced that the police department has officially switched to the Holbrook Regional Dispatch System. Norwood Fire switched to the regional system back in March.
But just a few of the former dispatchers have stayed on. And so we've retitled them because we have no need for dispatchers anymore. So they have police service aides, and they work the counter, they handle walk-in traffic. They also watch the cameras that are around town. They watch prisoners when we have prisoners in the building. I think we're going to train them up to release public records and that sort of thing. So in other words, instead of only being able to get them until 3 in the afternoon, as is the case now, we'll have the PSAs trained up to release public records at later times in the day and on Saturdays. But we now have a public police service aide working every day and at every 4 to 12, unless there's some sort of time off or vacation issue. And then we will staff that with a police officer. But
Brooks also mentioned that Officer Diego Silva will be leaving NPD after many years on the force.
Who's been with the department about 10 years. Brazilian born, he's been a tremendous asset in our work with the Brazilian community. He's been offered a job as a special agent with the Department of Homeland Security, and he's decided to take that. So he came in to see me, and very mixed emotions about it. I'm very fond of Officer Silva. He really does an excellent job, and so we'll miss him. His last official date is September 24th, but he's actually going to do some per diem work for us until it's actually time for him to go to the Federal Academy, which he's agreed to do, and that was good of him to do that.
The Board of Selectmen will meet again on September 26th. The school committee was back at the Savage Center on Wednesday night. The committee met with the new Little Mustangs preschool principal and received updates from the capital outlay and middle school building committees. Towards the end of the superintendent's report, Dr. Thompson made an important announcement.
I'm announcing that I've decided not to seek an extension of my contract, which ends June 30th, 2024. As I reflect on my past 6 years, going on 7th year here in Norwood, I'm incredibly proud of all the accomplishments and improvements that we've obtained. We successfully advocated and gained the support of this great community to pass their first operational override, and gain financial stability and move the district forward as well as the town. Improving our financial practices and budget process, reestablishing trust in the town's leadership and citizens. We established a curriculum review cycle and fast-tracked improvements in our classrooms, curriculum, and instructional practices. We have made great strides in using data and data teams to target intervention and instruction for our needy students. I also take personal pride in the Prescott becoming a Blue Ribbon school and Dr. Galligan's recognition last year as the Massachusetts High School Principal of the Year. We conducted an equity audit, incorporated the recommendations to our strategic plan, and have significantly improved in our equity journey. This is only a short list, and these accomplishments were only possible with a talented and dedicated administrative staff, an administrative team, and incredibly passionate teachers, and amazing staff who make the Norwood Public Schools a special place and a great learning community. I'd also be remiss if I did not mention the incredible support that I've received from parents and the honor it has been to work with the incredible students of Norwood. In closing, I'd like to thank the town of Norwood for this opportunity and the school committees with whom I have served. Please know that these past years have been the highlight of my professional career, and finally, in the months ahead, I remain committed to continuing the vital work of the Norwood Public Schools.
Thank you, Dr. Thompson, for the last 6.5 years, and thank you for expressing your commitment to our district for the rest of the school year. It's very much appreciated.
Echoed. Yep, I just wanted to say thank you for my 3.5 years working here with you, and obviously continue to work through this year. Yeah.
Thanks.
From all of us at NCM, we wish you nothing but the best, Dr. Thompson, and thank you for your 6.5 years of service to the Norwood Public Schools. Hopefully you can get some well-deserved rest and relaxation after many years of putting our students and staff first. We appreciate you and all you've done for our school community. The Community Preservation Committee is now accepting 2023-2024 project applications for Community Preservation Act funding. The pre-applications are due October 6th, and the applications are due November 17th. For more information, please visit the Town of Norwood's website at norwoodma.gov. Got junk? We all do. Maybe some old furniture, or just need to get rid of some stuff? Well, there's a group of young individuals that are cleaning up. Let's learn about Junk Teens Junk Removal, which was started by the McKinney brothers at ages 17 and 19.
Located at 61 Endicott Street, just across from the Fallout Shelter, Junk Teens Junk Removal is owned and operated by brothers Kirk and Jacob McKinney. Kirk and Jacob founded their business at just 19 and 17 years old. That's right, Junk Teens is run and operated by local teenagers.
We're all pretty much college, high school kids, I'd say really ranging between like 16 and 19 is the main age group between us all, but we're all teenagers, so we all go out to work every day, and people just love hiring young guys. They see us putting in the work, so they like that, and then that's really, I'd say, the main factor, but at the same time, we do our best to get out there same next day, so we try to provide the best service we can at the same time.
We run the business out of our warehouse, and then during the day we go and we pick up junk, and then some of the reusable things that we find that aren't necessarily trash we bring back to the warehouse at the end of the day.
Older brother Kirk explains how Junk Teens came to be.
Long story short, I was probably 15 and I was riding bicycles with my friend, and we stumbled upon the dump, and then I was so excited that I had found like these really cool speakers at the dump. So I brought them home, and one thing led to another. My whole room was full of audio equipment, and my mom was not happy about that, so we were kind of like forced to get rid of that stuff, and I thought, why not sell it rather than just throw it back in the dump? And then from there, one thing led to another, and then eventually that like led us being in the junk removal industry and kind of growing it to where we have now. Every day is a new surprise, especially with what we do. Like every day we're finding new things, but at the same time running a business, we never know what problems are gonna happen, and that's kind of an obvious of the business, but I enjoy just like working on the operation.
Me personally, I love working with my friends. Since we all are teenagers, it's really, I mean, sometimes I'm just going through the halls and I see my friends, but they're also my work buddies, so it's good to work with my friends and just see the same cool people every day that I enjoy hanging out with, like within work and then off on my free time as well, so absolutely. I like that, but I also like getting outside. It's a nice change of scenery from the video games and all that I used to play as a kid, so it's just a good way to stay active and make a living at the same time.
While they are from Westwood, the McKinney brothers love having their business here in Norwood.
We are from Westwood, born in Dedham actually, but we do really feel at home in Norwood, and it's definitely a really like community town. So it's we love working in Norwood. It's honestly probably our favorite town. We really started in Norwood as well with our first pickup truck. Most of our jobs, I'd say probably 75% were starting in Norwood. So it's really where the business came out of. Even though we are from a different town, we really do feel like the business was from Norwood.
I feel like everyone knows each other here, and for us that's a good thing because obviously we do our best, and when people notice that, the word spreads quickly, and I really like that because it's like every time we go to someone's house in Norwood, it's like, oh, I've seen you everywhere.
To learn more about Junk Teens, visit their website and check them out on social media.
So I'd say there's a few places we're pretty present on social media, but Facebook is a big one, and ultimately just our website, junkteens.com, is probably the #1 place where you can see everything, our Facebook, our Instagram, all the social medias, the YouTube and all that. So as well as just the general background information on our business and all that. So I'd say definitely our website. It has our contact info if you ever need to reach out as well. So definitely the website.
Like the residents of Norwood to know is that I'm very thankful for all of the opportunity that they brought to us, supporting us ever since we started. Like my brother said, we've had so much support from Norwood ever since the beginning, and I think just a big part of that is the community aspect of the town, and I'm very thankful for that.
Well, that's all for Norwood News. To stay up to date with Norwood Community Media, follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. We're going to leave you with a list of upcoming events happening in Norwood during the month of September. As always, thank you so much for watching. Have a great weekend.